Welcome back to another episode of the Four Train Savages podcast. My name is Rob. Tyler is on the other end of the Zoom room. Today is July 10th, episode number 212. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. If you're tuning in YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere that you're listening or watching, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel or new to the podcast, be sure to subscribe. But Tyler, after a disappointing Subway Series for the Yankees and more hectic Yankee things happening. And there's even some news, even with the recent two wins for the Yankees against the Seattle Mariners. We're recording on their third day, so they've already won the series. But even in this short time span since when we last recorded, man, a lot has happened with this team. Some serious injuries, a important piece of this team, or was an important piece of this team, is
hmm
no longer part of this team. So a lot of key players are shifting around, either injury wise or being cut, and it's quite an interesting period right before the All-Star break. So I would ask you, what was your reaction first to the Clarke Schmidt news of having Tommy John surgery, and then what were you thinking about DJ LeMahieu getting DFA'd yesterday?
Were we on the pot? Did we talk since I thought we talked since Clark tore his
We were
his thing.
we
Or
the
it kind
new
of just got
the
announced.
official news wasn't out. I think
Oh,
we
but the
recorded
elbow stuff
Friday.
was out.
Yeah, so we knew it
Okay.
was a little potential, like this
Yeah.
guy could be out for a long time, but we didn't know that now he's going to be gone for what could be 18 months,
Yeah,
something
this
like
year,
that.
next year probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean the reaction to the Clark stuff is virtually, I would imagine, the same as kind of everyone is. It stinks. I feel like we talked about it a little bit on this pod too, where we've seen Clark mature this year into a pitcher that can go 7 innings. Like that was our only gripe with Clark the last couple of years, was like, hey, you kind of don't stay necessarily healthy all the time,
Mhm.
and you also can only pitch two times through the order and into the fifth inning, it seems like. But man, losing Clark for seemingly this year and next year, I mean, it's not good at all. I'm trying to look up his contract right now. But he was becoming a stud in my head, man. I mean, a guy I would have no problem rolling out to start a third game in a playoff series. Um, yes, he's in his third year of ARB next year. I'm just gonna assume, Rob, he's gonna miss next year. Um, I guess maybe best case scenario is like a Sevy type of role where he comes back and pitches in the bullpen the last month of the season.
Whenever that
But
is. Yeah,
yeah, you're
whatever.
you're you're kind of looking at I mean, he's gonna pitch one more year for the Yankees, maybe. I mean, that's coming off of TJ. So in my head, Clark is, this is gonna sound bad. Poof, you're gone, buddy. Unfortunately. It sucks for Clark, dude. DJ had to happen.
Yeah.
Had to happen. And you were right the whole time. It had nothing to do with them wanting a third baseman. They were doing this strictly for the ghost of DJ LeMahieu to not haunt them.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't give
and
off the
that's where we
impression
are.
that, yeah, I think regarding the Clark news, that is just a serious gut punch that we're probably, for the remainder of this season, we're probably going to be talking about as a killer because
Mhm.
now, I mean, it's really nice to see Cam Schlittler, who we'll talk about a little bit, have a really good debut last night, but it's he's still got things to figure out. Him and Will Warren still got things to figure out. So the pitching staff could surprise us like it has, but it also gives you the sense that where the starters were even following the Cole news, it wasn't you weren't feeling so bad because they were exceeding expectations a bit, but now they are seriously depleted. They're seriously up against the wall. And I mean, you said it
Mhm.
perfectly. Clark is probably not going to be part of this team for quite some time. And when he does get back, there's not going to be a lot of time left for him to.
Second Tommy John, I
Yes.
think, now that you, for some reason, damn, that's
So,
Jameson Tyone, brother.
yeah. So that's territory that who knows if the Yankees want to still be involved with that and what kind of contract that they would then get him after he's off his ARB years. So
Damn, dude, he
it
was gonna
sucks
get
for him.
paid.
Yeah, he was you said it perfectly that he was forming into a quality pitcher that you could say, and especially coming off last year where he had some pretty solid postseason starts that you're saying, I could have some level of confidence with Clarke in a big game.
Hmm.
And it's really unfortunate as it pertains to the DJ LeMahieu news. Yes, we knew this for a long time that pertaining to this year that Jazz should be the second baseman and either let Peraza play there for a portion of time, which is now what's going to happen until leading up to next month's trade deadline. We'll see if they make a deal for the third baseman. But I mean, there was rumors that DJ was on this roster because of Judge wanting him to be there. But now and I don't know how much stock it is, but it is sort of a reason that you think,
I think
yeah,
it came into not cutting him last year when they talked about it.
yeah, but that's why he's even here in the first place when it started in
Yeah.
2025. And that's why you say, because you'd be like, why the hell is he on this roster? Why is he here? That's the only real explanation that you could use. So that's one thing. But I do wanna put some respect on DJ LeMahieu's name because and these past years have been rough.
He
But
deserves some respect.
DJ LeMahieu, for how frustrating he's looked now in these later years with the Yankees, it's important to acknowledge how important he was to the team in the early parts of his contract and when he eventually got signed. And he did give the Yankees some good moments, some good years, but it just came down to the fact that they had a lot of cooks in the kitchen, a lot of players to choose from, and whether that be Peraza coming up or just he wasn't cutting it, and they needed to get a new third baseman in there
There
that they
wasn't a
needed.
spot for him.
There wasn't a spot for him, and they needed to get an upgrade, and that's what they are doing when they're approaching the trade deadline. And then it came back to this, which we've been harping on this year, that your second baseman or your natural second baseman, your better second baseman, now your all-star second baseman has to be at second base. So
I
there
mean,
were
bro, the infield goes from being bad to like really good
so
with Pross at third and Jazz at second.
it is a dynamic that was tricky, but it was clear to a lot of Yankee fans that why is he sticking around? I know that he had some moments here and there in this season and was surprising us a little bit, but when it comes down to it, it wasn't going to work. And if he stuck around here, if they did even bring in an infielder, it would be just another headache or
Hmm.
another what the hell are they going to do at this position? So it was DJ LeMahieu has been a good Yankee. The last part of the contract, the last part of the years, disappointing. May it be injury or underperforming, but I do think it's important to acknowledge that DJ had been a important piece of this team, but it was time to move on. So, and they flipped the page, they flipped the script, and thank goodness they did it because we've been do it last year. Should have done it in
Hmm.
summer and in July last year. I think there was a few moments where you're just scratching your head. So
Yeah, man. I
it
mean, I
happened.
think time in some way caught up to him and the roster caught up to him, meaning like at this point in his career, he's a backup second baseman or a backup first baseman. Your backup second baseman is virtually Peraza, or Vivas, and your backup first baseman is Ben Rice and then Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, there's just no need for DJ on the team. And to be honest, dude, listen, I know he wasn't anything crazy the 45 games he's played this year. 266 batting average, 338 on base, a 90 OPS plus, which is in line with Volpe's OPS plus for the year. Um, so like again, he wasn't Peraza bad at the plate like people are painting him out to be, but he didn't slug anymore and he didn't have a position. So you're not going to employ someone to just hit a single every once in a while.
He was
So
still, I mean, a lot of his hits were still ground balls. I think there was an advanced stat that showed that. And it just, I, I, I don't know. I think it was time to cut bait. It was time to part ways, and they should have done it earlier than this. But
hey man,
here we are.
I will always remember 2019 Game 6, that homer he hit to tie the game against Houston in the ALCS. Was one of the highest I've ever felt as a Yankee fan, and then presumably right after that commercial break, right after was the lowest I'd ever felt. Um, when Chapman gave up a walk-off grand slam to Altuve or homer to Altuve.
I agree. It was
So that
a,
was a great DJ memory, but.
A special
Ended
moment.
poor.
Yeah. Okay. Other news. We'll talk a little bit. We'll bounce around from the games. We won't do our regular Savages of the series and our slump watch because they've now carried into the Seattle game. So we'll skip over that for now because it's our time to record. But we'll also talk about some recent things that happened in that series. So mentioned Clarke's Tommy John. Mentioned DJ LeMahieu getting DFA'd. Jazz and Max Fried both make the All Star team. I would say Jazz was a little bit of a surprise, a smidge, only because he missed so much time, and but he just when
Hmm.
he did get back, he was playing really hot ball, and I mean he's still doing so. So
Probably the
Jazz,
top second baseman in baseball at this point, dude.
yeah. Well, some fans will tell you
At least in the AL.
they'll still want the guy in Detroit, but
Glaber, I mean, it's just, it wasn't going to happen.
I
I
know
mean,
the relationship was torn. It's fine.
again,
I'm
then
not
you
going to
have
dwell on it.
then you have bad defense everywhere again.
Yeah,
And then we're complaining about the same things.
exactly. But I think that's a good point. Like Jazz is, even though he wasn't playing second base
Dude,
for
he's
a
got
good
an
part,
876
but
OPS.
yeah, yesterday with the two home runs, and it's good to see Jazz. And we sort of knew that Max Fried was going to be an all-star, but with the way
Hmm.
he was pitching, I would say maybe a little bit of a surprise, a smidge with like Goldschmidt, but then he got beat out by Vladdy for the starting
Yeah.
spot. So that's sort of where you
I
phase
think
him
Belly
out.
should have been in the mix too.
Well, I listen, the crazy thing, I mean,
Belly's good, dude.
because they're playing them right now, the fact that Julio Rodriguez made the All-Star team is
Dude, J-Rod is a
crazy.
bro. He's been bad for what, 2 years now, it seems like?
But
Offensively, at least.
it felt like just a I don't know.
Popularity vote right
And
there. A
I think
player,
John
a
Heyman
hype.
actually, well, no, I think John Heyman made a good point. He's like, this is why the fans, when people will complain about fan voting at times, but
Hmm.
that was a player voted thing, I'm pretty sure, for J Rod to get in the mix. And it's just I don't get it at all. I mean, you mentioned Belly having a good
696 OPS, dude.
Bellinger is having a much better year. And that was
Given
puzzling. So
given Julio is an absolute dog in center field, I will say. But
dropped the ball yesterday.
but yes, I'm taking Belly all day.
Yeah, it was voted
Um,
by the players, so it's players gotta check themselves on that one. That was a bad decision.
I love Belly, dude. I
Belly's
want
hit.
him.
Yeah, talk
I
about
want him
it.
forever, bro. I mean, it's just we haven't had someone like this, bro. I mean,
His
a
catch
guy that can
again in
play.
the Subway Series may have saved the season.
Yeah, save the season is what the rumors have it as. But a guy that can play three outfield positions all extremely well. Go play first. I mean, he runs the bases well. He has a clear two-strike approach. It seems like every time he steps up to the plate at first, he's looking to put kind of one over the fence. But as soon as he gets one strike on the board, he's a ball player. I just love everything Cody Bellinger has to offer, dude. Um, I will say, coming from a place of the last week, dude, into just this 3 game win streak they've been on, I'm pretty happy camper, man. Like Cody Bellinger makes me extremely excited. Um, I mean, I don't know if this is a good time, but Jason Dominguez, how don't you get excited about this kid at this moment in time? I mean, he's like a literal refrigerator that can just move at the speed of light. But he's also putting unbelievable games together. 3-hit game here, 4-hit game here, 3-hit game here. Been very good. So a lot of Yankees deserve a little bit of a round of applause, dude. I think Jazz, Belly, Jason, all at the top of that list right now for me.
Yeah, I would say that those guys are performing well. I think it's really nice to see the Jason Dominguez
I'm so excited for him.
emergence. As of now on the season, Jason Dominguez has 8 home runs, 34 RBIs, has a 774 OPS, and I mean, in his last 7 games is slugging 688. So we're seeing now some more playing time, and now the chatter is he better be in the damn lineup. And I think
Hmm.
the more we see him now, and we continue to see some hiccups in left field here and there, but hey, man, it comes down to if you can hit, you play, and that's what he's doing at the moment. And he's got a lot of hype around him. He's the Martian, but he's he is really playing some great baseball at the moment, and he's in a portion of time where the Yankees need to get out of this hole that they've dug themselves in June and a little bit of early July. Jason's doing it, so it's good to see.
I love Jason. We won a World Series with him on our roster last year.
Yeah, or playing Trent, I guess. Not
Yeah. Trent and Jason. Imagine we had you know, Jason
The
lead off.
defense though was probably the biggest thing, which I don't blame
Well,
them
we
on
we
too
know
much.
that, yeah,
So
but I
Trent
mean,
though should have been in the games in retrospect, but what are you gonna do?
Verdugo, Rizzo, and DJ all on a World Series roster that probably don't have work anymore.
Jason, the first base. I'm curious to see if DJ gets picked up. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I
But
wonder if he will, honestly.
we'll see. So, just to run really quick through the Subway Series games, it was really disappointing for that Friday game on July 4th. That was where Marcus Stroman was on the mound there. He's actually pitching tonight for the Yankees. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 7 hits. It was exciting right off the bat. Dominguez and Judge back-to-back home runs. Yankees had a 5-3 lead in the top of the fifth, but bottom of the sixth, the Mets came back with a baby home run and then a Jeff McNeil homer in the bottom of the seventh, and then they never let up that lead, and that was a disappointing loss on the holiday. But though game number two was pretty bad as well, and that was I was watching that and it was very frustrating. Frankie Montas versus Rodon, not a good start for Rodon. 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Um, Other than Rodon not having the best start, I think honestly the thing that really irritated me, Tyler, was when Judge got hit in the face with the ball. I
I
texted
know
you
that pissed
because
you
I know
off.
you. I think you were out. I think you were out
Yeah.
doing stuff, and I go, "Did you freaking see this?" I that like sent me. I was when it rains, it pours,
You're like,
and
time to DFA Volpe.
and then the next day, I mean, they lost that game. They were able to win on game three, versus the Mets, thanks to Wells homering, Judge homering in this one.
Wells has
Uh,
picked it up a little bit, huh?
and after the fact, yeah, Wells is getting it going. I hope we see another hot summer for Wells,
Hmm.
similar like we did last year. But the another big story. Did you see I think I sent it to you. Volpe's dad going at it
Oh
with a
yeah, I
Mets fan.
saw that. Yep.
I don't know. I see both sides of the coin there. Uh, as a probably for him as a father and being a family member and seeing
We
that
have no
firsthand.
idea what was said.
But
It could have
we don't
been
have
like,
any idea what's
could have been
said. But
terrible.
a lot of people though, like players that I've heard like an opinion on it, have said, if you have the opportunity, put your family up in the box or private
Yeah,
area.
that would there was a
And
bleachers, right? Or behind the
it wasn't
bleachers?
bleachers. It was like probably
In
it
front
looked
of the
like third.
bleachers?
It looked like third base side, pretty far down, which you're still gonna
Oh,
get
okay.
avid fans. Well, if
Yeah.
he sat in the bleachers, that would just be
That's what I was yeah. Hold on, let me
or
look at that video again then.
but it tough look. And I'm sure Volpe after the fact. I don't know what the dynamic is there and how they're talking, but it certainly was not a good look whatsoever. And
Yeah.
when it as I said, when it rains, it
Talking Yanks
pours.
deleted that tweet anyway.
And yeah, I mean, Volpe hits Judge in the face with a ball.
Yep.
And I mean, even I was at the game yesterday for work, and I mean, he got thrown out at second on that ball off the wall. He's going through it, man. And we'll see if he exits this tough stretch. But game 1-2 for Seattle, so versus Seattle, Yankees went ahead and put up a big spot. Went up 10-0 by the bottom of the seventh, thanks to Stanton homering, Wells homer, Judge homer. More good play from Jason Dominguez in this one, or not in this one, the one following. Uh, and then Seattle was able to get 3 runs on the board at the tail end of the game. But I mean, pitching against Gilbert in this one to put up 5 runs on him, his line five and
Logan
a
Gilbert's
third,
very good too, dude.
and Will Warren pitched a good game. And this it was a more encouraging stretch now because Seattle's a good team. I would say that
Hmm.
they're a good team, and they've already taken the series at this moment because we're recording before game 3. So it's good to see Stanton starting the homer too, Tyler.
Yep.
So things are
Bro,
getting a little more into gear.
I am in no way worried about the offense. In no way at all. Like years, bro, I've been worried about the offense. I understand we had that, what was it, 5 or 6 games where those 3 games where we were shut out for 27 innings. Listen, the Dodgers just lost 6 straight or whatever. Like it stinks. The offense I got zero worry about long term, honestly. It's really the pen.
I mean, once we get down to
Next, as close to zero as I can get.
once we get down the playoffs, though, they have a magical ability. So yes, for the
Yes.
remainder of the year to sustain a run for the American League East,
Hmm.
no, I would say that is when you look at everything, it is the least of their worries. I agree with that. When you say
Now,
because it's starting pitching and bullpen right now
the
are an
pen,
issue, and then
bro.
I
I
would
mean,
say that
lighter's done.
yeah,
Lighter's done, and we don't
lighters.
even have
And well, that's a whole
Loizagas.
other thing.
Loizagas is a different human.
That's a whole other thing of a conversation of when he's covering first base to get to that Ellie De La Cruz, and he had a little bit of a hiccup in that injury.
Hmm.
And did they know what was going on, and they left him out there to continue to make appearances, and then it just got worse. So that's
Bro,
was that.
they don't have a bullpen at all.
No, they don't. Like they
They have
legitimately do they need four bullpen arms? Like
yeah,
maybe.
dude. They have Devin Williams, Tim Hill, Luke Weaver. I mean, I'm not counting Loizaga anymore. Like
I can't rely
Efros
on
is kind of
Loizaga.
back, I guess, dude. But you have
You got to see if
and
he stays healthy. I mean, Brubaker, Ian
and dude is
Hamilton. I don't
listen.
know.
Tim Hill has been good for us. Should he be a high leverage reliever? I don't think so necessarily. He should be your
Um,
sixth inning guy, fifth inning guy. You're down one
I
run,
I will say
your tie game.
I feel confident with Tim Hill in big innings as opposed like I don't.
As as do I, but I would prefer seeing Fernando Cruz pitch in a high leverage spot than
Yes,
Tim
fair.
Hill.
Yes, fair. Yes, yes.
He's a good reliever. I don't think he should be one of our okay, we want Tim Hill out of.
There are other bigger fish in the pond that
Yes.
you would go for. Okay,
What is Fernando Cruz's injury again? Do we have any
I
idea?
think I
Shoulder?
think it's the oblique.
Oblique? All right. So, I mean, Fernando Cruz, Mark Leiter Jr., gone for at least a month,
Hmm.
right? I mean, um, who leads our inconveniently? Mark Leiter and Fernando Cruz have pitched most of the innings in the bullpen.
That could be what's the
Besides,
mystery?
Tim Hill's already got 41 and 2/3, and he's got almost 7 innings above everyone. So I'm not talking anything into
They
existence here, but Tim
well,
Hill getting burnt out is almost a guarantee
yeah, I mean,
in the
that
next two
is
weeks.
that is telling that Leiter and Cruz and Hill are the relievers that have had some of the top innings pitched for the Yankees this year, and there's not really. Then you look at that and you say there's not so much of a mystery as why those two
Hmm.
guys got hurt, and then just off just off that, and the fact that this Yankees team has to survive a summer, get to October, not even just having the stellar arms or going out and getting a closer or anything. Like the
Just
Yankees,
reliable on
but but
something.
but here's the thing, like
Just arms, honestly.
The Yankees do need to do something at the trade deadline to
Hmm.
address the bullpen because they have these players that are eating the innings and then they're going down. They need to
Yeah,
make moves to sustain some semblance of a bullpen,
I think
however
they
good
know
it may
that.
be. Like that, they have to do it. There's no if, answer, buts. Like
Yeah.
if they don't, it's like okay, you're just gonna piece it together with
Just
people
double
off the
down on
scrap heap and
everything.
stuff.
Tyler, yeah.
You can't do
Ugh.
that. You cannot do that. So they have to make moves for the pen. I don't know how many, but they literally have to. There's
I
no
mean,
other choice.
at the bare minimum, and again, I'm not talking like we need Felix Bautista and Emmanuel Clase. Like, I don't think, especially knowing Cashman, it'll be three guys that everyone goes, "Why the fuck you trade for these guys?" Um, but the idea is hopefully they turn into a Fernando Cruz, Luke Weaver, Clay Holmes, et cetera, et cetera. I think they bring in three pretty junkyard relievers, poor way to say it, but I think they bring in three relievers. I got more confidence in them bringing in relievers and a third baseman than a starting pitcher, honestly. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. Ian
Need
Hamilton's looked a
need
little
Yarby
better,
back.
but
Need Yarby back.
yeah, I guess my biggest thing out of this week, the best thing I've heard all week next to DFAing DJ LeMahieu, which rude, but true, was that their plan is to build up Luis Heel into a starter. I saw the stuff running around on Twitter that he was like going to be, put him in the bullpen, this, that, and third. I did not want that to happen. So I'm happy he's starting a rehab assignment this weekend and being built up as a starter.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, now they have no choice of doing so.
Yeah.
But
Hey
Luis
man,
Heel needs to be a starter.
I'm all in on Schlittler though. So
Schlittler, I mean, first I think
bro, looks like Tyler Glass now.
they clocked he looks like in the face a little bit. He looked like Cole from some of the screenshots I
Yeah.
saw
Just a
on
big ass
Twitter.
body.
Because I didn't
High socks.
I wasn't seeing him firsthand from where I
Oh
was
yes,
sitting.
you
I
were at
couldn't
the
see
game
it.
last night. I keep forgetting.
Um, but the Yeah, I think it was clocked at that he had like the top 9 of 10 fastest
Yes.
pitches of the Yankees
Yeah.
of any Yankee arm like
Bro,
bullpen
and
or
if
anything.
you've gotten the chance to watch back any of the strikeouts or anything, I mean, dude, I will just like, I can bullshit and get excited about all the other stuff. Like the fastball is legit.
Hmm.
Like he's just dotting 100. I mean, that's not on accident, Clarke couldn't do that.
It's good. I hope that hey, bullpens in or starting staff is in dire need now, and they need arms, and especially while Yarborough's down.
Yep.
It'd be nice little surprise to have a rookie stud again this
Would be
pen.
so nice, man. And just to throw this out here before we transition too far too is Will Warren's like also good in my head at this point. Besides the blow up against the Dodgers and those first couple starts in April,
The Toronto game
um,
too.
what was the Toronto game?
Yeah, I think he gave up like 9.
Okay, well that's not a good start, but he's been good for the most part.
Yeah, I like what I've seen from Will Warren. I you
Those
do
are
know,
two assets, man. Like legit assets.
yeah. Um, so they got but they got with the Clarke injury, they got a road ahead
Yep,
that is going to be challenging. So they
have to
play
piece it
to
together.
they play tonight against Seattle again. So maybe we'll see a sweep. Hopefully that would be nice after the disappointing series that have led up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you will be in the building on Sunday because they Chicago Cubs, who is a
So
good team. So we're gonna go see them on
very good.
Sunday. And I mean the Yankees got. I mean they do miss 4 days because of the All Star break, which is next week.
Mm-hmm.
But they got Atlanta, who has played better after their terrible start to the year. They played Toronto, Philadelphia, and 4 against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, let's make some trades before those series, Rob.
I don't know about
Let's
that.
make some
I don't know
trades.
if they're gonna do that.
They did the trade pretty early last year.
They did it like a week before the trade deadline, though, I think.
Yeah, we still got a little bit for sure. He's still got at least 10 days until anything happens, I feel like. What is it, July 31st?
Yeah, it is. Oh, you're right. It is a little early. I forgot that they pushed it up a little bit. What was
Um,
the take that I heard that was like really good that made me think? I saw a clip from a Red Sox podcast that was actually really good. Just it had me thinking of dates. They're like, why isn't the home run derby and the All-Star game on July 4th like every year? I'm like, that makes so much sense.
that would be pretty cool,
So I don't
honestly.
know what the dates are, but okay, yeah, no, you may be right. Maybe an All-Star break deadline move.
Yeah, or like right after the All-Star break. I don't know, man. I mean, as long as they don't. I went into this series against Seattle and this series against Chicago thinking they have to win 4 out of 6 to not like completely like
Demoralize you.
just like hate your life in the All-Star break. Like they had to win 4 out of 6. They've won two. You got to win two of the next four. That's all I really need you to do, honestly. If you go into the All-Star game, 2 games back, 2.5 games back, I'm going to be honest, I sign up for that.
Hmm.
I think we're a better team than Toronto, honestly. They got a good pen. Um, they've won 10 straight, Rob. We lost a bunch. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I got to see more of a size against them. I got to see. They are sneaky. I think they got some I think they got some players. and they didn't
Oh,
have
I mean
Bichette.
they got some
I,
dudes.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to definitively say that. I mean,
No, we're a better team than
w-
them.
uh, I'm
Trust.
not. I want to trust. I want to trust in
Uh,
it, but I'm not quite where you are. It's a little too fresh in my brain. I know they've
no,
won
I
two
feel
games,
you.
but I'm not. I know you're the spectrum of optimism on
I've
this
just always
pod.
also shit on the Blue Jays historically on this pod.
Yeah, so you kind of have to stick to your guns. I respect it. I respect it.
I will
The
say their bullpen absolutely beats the shit out of ours. Like
Yes.
Jeff Hoffman's been pretty good. Forgot Chad Green's on their baseball team. God.
Who was good against the Yankees during
Yep.
the series. So I mean, they play them in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll try and go to that and go see if I'm not disappointed. Um, but yes, so the Yankees have the last weekend before the All-Star break, and we'll be sure to record sometime during that All-Star break and just little state of the Yankees at the midway point or
Hmm.
unofficial or official midway point or whatever they say, because I think they've already played past the halfway game mark. But hopefully they sweep today, and we'll see them finish off a good series against Chicago, and then feel good heading into the break. That's it for episode 212. Really appreciate everyone for listening and joining us. Subscribe on YouTube as well as Apple Podcasts and Spotify and wherever you're listening to our podcasts, and follow us on our social channels. And we'd really appreciate it to stick in tune with whatever we're posting and all of our future episodes. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you at 213. Peace.